For this class, I'd like you to read A Hovering Young Man and An Elder at the 98 Bus Stop and Intimations by Zadie Smith. She uses the first piece as a way to explore her thoughts on personal style, and she wanders a bit to other memories. As she mentions in the piece, she sees style as a means of insisting on something, from Susan Sontag. So I'd like you to think of your profiles as a way to do this, to wander a bit from your interaction with the person to memories and ideas that come up because of that person. They're the impetus for it. Then in reading the piece, I'd also like you to reference our criteria for a good profile. In the piece, she gives us context as to how Cy popped up, a bit about his voice, habits, and description, physical description, all in like one quote. On page 53, she says, "He appeared suddenly, speaking in his runaway manner, with a little preamble, as he had manifested physically. If I didn't look down, he appeared to be levitating by my side, a 21st century demon, or a surveillance officer sent from some NYU Central Authority to shadow me as I walked." So this gives us a good snapshot of him and how he comes to her. In An Elder at the 98 Bus Stop, she's back in England, and she begins with this really great dialogue out of the blue. This woman is somebody she tangentially knows, but who asserts herself and inserts herself with a lot of like gusto. She's a big character who needs to be heard and wants to be heard. She describes her exaggerated clothing in a really great way, and then she launches into this like hilarious dialogue about the woman demanding menopause. She says, "Not me though, I'm done. I'm walking in right there and demanding he brings it on right now, because this is just silly business at this point. I got the fear I'm going to be one of those miracle moms in the news. Nah, I'm only teasing you. But for real, enough is enough. I want that menopause today. Say hello to your mom for me, yeah? This is me. You not getting on? Oh, okay. I'm heading to Cricklewood Way. Good to see you. All right then, wish me luck." It's not often you meet a fertility goddess at the 98 bus stop, so she stayed in my mind as a symbol of a certain uncontained and uncontainable fecundity, a natural abundance, which I suppose I sheepishly connect in my mind with Jamaica, with its residents, its diaspora, bougainvillea, hills, gullies, music, stories. A typical second-generation question to ask yourself: how did all that prior abundance fit into this new habitat? Into these boxy rooms and drab estates, these flats, these flowers, flower-free high streets, these narrow, rumbling buses. So here she's really using this moment with this woman to think about people who had immigrated to England from Jamaica, and kind of thinking about the tension between the beautiful like abundance, physical abundance of Jamaica, and this really kind of stark austerity of England. The warmth of Jamaica and then the cold climate in England, both maybe socially and physically. So yeah, think about again how this kind of draws another thought to her mind. And then she thinks about how her mom came to England as well. And then she launches into some online conversations she had with her mom during the pandemic. So there she's echoing the woman's discussion of neighborhood lineage and gossip. For Journal 10, that springs from this, I'd like you to think of people whose presence will not be quieted. Somebody who pops into the scene and won't shut up, right? So I'd like you to listen to and write down some snippets of dialogue, maybe some quotes that you overhear from somebody who's a really strong person, a strong character that you observe or know. And do that for journal 10. And once you've done that, complete your writing exercise. So take the quotes that you wrote down and then create a short profile of a character who will not be silenced. And then I would challenge you to maybe think about what that character brings up for you emotionally. Could be good, bad, could be confusing. What other kinds of like topics or ideas come up when this person just won't be silenced?